Feathers up, people. Yo, these European Jews have made a mockery of our history, not only our history, but a lot of other people's history as well. Let me explain a little bit. They continue to follow the same guidelines everywhere they go. What they do is they make sure they keep a tight knit on their people, heavily structured. And they go into these different lands, take over policy wise with the politics, oversee everything, drain everybody from their resources that's original to that land. People have to come beg them for money, supplies, whatever they need. So they basically relocate these people. They did it to the Spaniards. They did it to the people over in Israel. They moved these people out, the Palestinians, they moved these people out and replaced them every single time. And that's exactly what they've been doing with us. They've been doing it in Africa. They've been doing it here. As you can see, the gentrification in our communities are amuck. It's ridiculous. You know, I don't know about where you are, but here in Chicago, where I am, they tear down houses and apartment buildings in our communities. They are basically playing musical chairs with us. They tear down our places and basically force us to move out of the neighborhoods. There's no way to stay in those neighborhoods if there's not enough housing in those neighborhoods. So back to what I was saying. So basically, they made up these stories about the Spaniards grabbing people from Africa, bringing them here. But what really happened was they relocated the Spaniards and sent them to South America and changed their name to Mexicans. The Mexicans and Spaniards are the same freaking people. They're the same people. They just changed their name. The original land of the South Americas where they are was, I believe it was Maxima, and they just became Mexicans at that point in time. And they don't even know their history. That's how screwed up and how far this goes back. Because the system that these European Jews have has been flawless up until this point. Because we're breaking down the walls, every bit of it. And we're going to figure out every single bit of it. So I'm confused now. I'm confused, but I'm not confused at the same time. Because why do Mexicans think they're indigenous? You know, I was talking to a Mexican guy not too long ago, and he was just basically telling me how his great grandmother, her ancestry goes back to Spain. So I'm like, it made me think like that's kind of crazy. Like, you can basically trace your ancestry back to Spain, but most of the Mexicans claim that they're indigenous to America. That is very weird. It makes absolutely no sense. So what we're seeing now, and we don't realize that we're seeing, is a lot of the people that they so-called was coming in from Africa, those are the Mexicans. South America. Flooded. Come on, people, think. A lot of those people that were coming in, they were classified under European white. But a lot of those people were the Spaniards, now called the modern day Mexicans. So we got to understand, like, they're coming over here, they're changing their name, and they separated and split up these people just like they did us. So a lot of these people really don't know how far back their history goes. Some do, some don't. Or some pretend not to know. But, you know, it's all a big game. And we got the bad end of the stick because all of these European and African nations came in, and they all came at us. So they split us up. They circulated us around the continent and changed our names and told us we was something else. Split the kids away from the parents, confused the kids, and silenced the parents. I mean, it got crazy. So, you got to understand, like, you got to be patient with your research and your studies, and be able to think logically, understand things for what they are. If you see something and you can't believe it, look at it twice, because what you can't believe might just be the truth. It's amazing, the history that we follow. It's insane. The farther back you go with your genealogy and talking to your family members and all of this stuff, it gets really crazy, and it's hard to understand, and it's hard to believe some of the stuff that you come up with, and the links that you come up with, and how closely related that you are to other people that you run into is what's crazy. Our family extends out pretty large. A lot of the people that you might run into on these platforms, you might be closely related and have no idea. That is the craziest thing. I mean, I just wanted to make this little short video, just to open your eyes to a couple of things and possibilities that probably almost 100% sure that happened. But, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button, tell me what you think. I'm out.